We have rectangle QRST with vertices Q at -6, -1, R is at -3, 1, S is 1, -5, and T is at -2, -7. This is our translation. We want X plus 5 and Y plus 7. So first off, we're going to graph the vertices of the rectangle. So we have -6, -1, and you have to label it as point Q. Then we have -3, 1 for R. S is at 1, -5. And then T is at -2, -7. So that's T. And then you're going to connect the dots. That way you can have your image of the rectangle. This is going to be your pre-image though. Okay, so this, the original picture, I shouldn't say the word image like I did before, but the original picture you draw, this is called the pre-image, the original. So I'm just going to write it here. This is the pre-image. Okay, so our goal is we want to transform this by translating 5 with X and plus 7 for Y. So this is what you have to think of. When you think of X, this is your X axis. You're going to either move left or right. So that's the X ones. So X is always left or right. If you move to the left direction, it's negatives. If you move over to the right, it's positive. So keep that in mind. That's a direction. For Y, your Y axis, you're either going to be going down or up. This is the direction for Y. So Y is down or up. If you're going down, it's negative. If you're going up, it's positive. So every problem, they're going to give you a different translation. So just as long as you recognize the plus and minus, if it's associated with the X or the Y. So right here we have X plus 5. So because of my X's, I know I'm either moving left or right. It's positive 5. So that means I know I'm going to be moving right 5. And my Y is either up or down. It's positive, so I know I'm going up 7. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take one point at a time, and each point we're going to move it 5 to the right and up 7. That becomes our image. Okay, because the pre-image is the original, and the one that you transformed becomes the image. So we're going to take R and move it 5 right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be your R, but you put prime. Okay? Because this is the copy, so you can't have the same notation. Next, we're going to take S. We're going to move it 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is now S prime, because it's not the same S, so you have to label it differently. Okay, next we're going to find, we have T, so I'm going to move it over. And it doesn't matter which order you do it, just make sure you do all the points. So for T, I'm moving 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be T prime. And lastly, we have this Q. 5 right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be Q prime. And now just connect your dots. So we're going to connect them. So the original was a pre-image, the copy we made, now this is called the image. Okay, so if you notice, we did not change the size nor shape. All we did was slide it. 5 units to the right and 7 units up. That's a translation, sliding. So this is a rigid transformation because we still have the same shape and size, so they're both congruent in that case. Now, if I want to know what my ordered pairs are of the image, you could just look on your graph. So let's go over here. So we have Q prime, R prime, S prime, T prime. So Q prime is at -1, 6. R prime is at 3, 8. I'm sorry, 2, 8. 2, 8. S prime is at 6, 2. And then T prime is at 3, 0. So these are the ordered pair of your image. This is the image. Now, you could have looked at your graph, or instead, if you wanted to, you could just look, all the X values, you're adding 5 to it. So I could have done -6 plus 5. That gives me -1. That's the ordered pair of X for Q prime. The Y, you add 7. -1 plus 7, you get 6. R, you could have done, okay, -3 plus 5, you get 2. 1 plus 7 for Y, you get 8, and so on. So you could have just done it this way by adding 5 to your X's and Y to the 7, or just look at your graph. And that's how you translate a pre-image.